Great record. God bless you guys. Listen to Tony. I'm right.
We're Detroit Lions.
We're proud of our city.
On Thanksgiving, we don't just play football.
Empowerment Plan is a nonprofit that is focused on ending the generational cycle of homelessness through employment. Our main product is the coat that turns into a sleeping bag. We give these coats out every year across the globe to people in need. Since we began, not a single person has fallen back into homelessness once we've hired them.
I have control over my life now. I have a job, a stable living environment. I have resources that I need.
How y'all doing?
Sorry we can't be there with you guys, but we do have a little Thanksgiving surprise for you from Ford.
It's been a rough year for everyone, so this truck is loaded with food donations and materials to make even more coats.
Are you serious?
2020 has hit our most vulnerable population the hardest. So the donation from Ford to support more materials and supplies is incredible.
One last thing.
The key's right there on the dash.
What? Are y'all serious? Are you serious?
The truck will be incredibly helpful for us.
I wish you were here so we could hug you.
We want to give out more coats this year in person, and this is a great way to be able to do that.
We're proud of our city.
And we're proud to honor and give back to the people who give so much.
Happy Thanksgiving.
I remember this.
Dude, the directions are on the box, man.
How could I forget it? And after all this time, all we've been through, we come back to this. It feels like new. Feels like new. Feels like new.
Reach out, oh, with Ray and Steve. Reach out, with Ray and Steve. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the car. For the home team. If they don't win, it's a shame. Play ball.
Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant good evening to you wherever you may be. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Reach Out with Ray and Steve. This is the show where East meets West, where North meets the South, the Yankees meet the Dodgers, and baseball meets music. And we all come together for community. So, all right, now, everybody, get ready. Put your virtual hands together. One of our co-hosts, Ray Vaccaro, is not feeling well tonight, so it's just going to be Steve. Ray Boy, I sure blew that. Come on in here, Ray Negron, and you can clear it.
All I know, Robbie, is whatever you're having, I want.
You can
Whatever
see
you got, I want. Okay.
You see where I am? I'm on Broadway, baby.
I love it, Robbie. I love it. But listen, before we even move on, I got Gio Urshela, I got to get him on and I got to get him off because Gio pulled a big one on us. He went to New York last week to work with all of our kids, etc. He was incredible, and he never told anybody that he was getting married, Robbie. He got married.
Oh, no.
I'm telling you, I would never have let Gio come to New York because with all the preparation, I didn't want his wife to kill him before they even got married. Gio, what's happening?
Hey, how are you? How you doing?
Oh, man, congratulations, number one, and congratulations from Robbie Robinson.
Yes.
Thank you, Robbie. Thank you.
Now,
Thank you very much.
Gio, why didn't you tell anybody?
I just want to keep it like quiet, I don't want to bother like anybody. I just want to go to New York too to do my thing in New York, then come back to Florida and get married.
Gio, I mean, that you did this for these children. I mean, this is typical Gio Urshela. I mean, where does your heart come from, Gio?
I mean, my family, they put that on me when I was a little kid, and I'm just trying to bring it to the community and to the people next to me and around me.
Oh my God! I mean, Gio, I'm going to tell you point blank that to me, you're like a son to me. You remind me of my youngest son, and I am so proud of everything that you have. You are a true Yankee, Gio, and I mean that with all my heart. And I can't thank you enough for what you did for everybody in New York last week. And just the other thing, Gio, I got to ask you. Is it true? I mean, the rumors are circulating that you're going to be doing a movie?
Wow. Yeah, that's something that come out this week. I'm just trying to work and see what's going to happen the next couple months and see if I can be a good actor.
Wow, Gio, the movie star.
He is taking after you, man.
Robbie, what do you think about that?
That's so cool. He is taking after his big brother, Ray Negron.
He said that you're taking after me because I've done movies and all that. I'm a big movie fan. So no, Gio Urshela is Gio Urshela. Forget about that. He's just a man. He's a shaker, man. He does what he's got to do. Gio.
It worked for Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth was in the movies and he did well.
Robbie Robinson said that even Babe Ruth did movies. Hey, Derek Jeter did movies. So I know. Are you excited about this, Gio?
Yeah, really excited. There's something new in my life, and can't wait to do it and see how they're gonna look on TV.
Wow. Well, listen, I want to wish you good luck. I'm gonna let you go. I don't want your wife to get mad at me. So go do your thing. Thank you so much, Gio, and say a little something to the fans of New York.
No, thank you, and we're gonna continue to work for those people who need it, and we're here for do that. With you, Ray, we're gonna keep working really, really hard.
Gio, thank you, man. Much love to you and your family. You hear me?
Thank you very much, Ray.
Bye, brother.
All right, Ray. Thank you.
Hey, Robbie, I want you to see. You see, this was all of this stuff that you see on these videos. And pictures are all last week. That's all last week. But in 3 years,
it blows my mind that he was so committed to you and the cause that he would, right before he gets married, fly up to New York just to do those events. Man, that takes a big, big heart.
And Robbie, I want you to see him. The last night that he was in New York, on the last night, they grabbed it at this place to honor him. Could you show that, Carmine? It takes a special person. Gio Urshela is that special person. And a real quickie. Last year, he caught the COVID, okay? He calls me and he says that the first thing that he wanted was to get these hand sanitizers into the Bronx, into the hands of all the kids, so that they could at least have a fighting chance. Yesterday he comes in, he spends the whole day at hospitals. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need to say anything more because John is pushing me. I'm just going to say that this is one of the finest individuals I have ever dealt with in the New York Yankees, a wonderful human being who has been there for the kids in New York, Mr. Gio Urshela.
Thank you very much. I'm honored to receive the CIF Heroes Award. I want to thank the Christian Rivera Foundation. I love being a mentor and a positive role model to those kids. It's very important to me. As a baseball player, I'm thankful that I get to visit those kids in the school and mentor them to receive treatment in the hospital who need a reason to smile. Ever since I was a boy, I dreamed about being a baseball player. Please help find a cure for the IPG so those children can fulfill their dreams like I did. I'm Colombian and I'm proud to be a Yankee. I love New York.
Okay, what we're gonna do, TJ, we're gonna send a message to Derek Jeter. Tell him that you're with Gio right now.
He's gonna send some to Jeter. What?
Hey, send it.
Say hi, Derek Jeter. Say hi, Derek Jeter. Say I'm with Gio.
Yeah, tell him the captain still lives, right?
Captain does. Say go Yankees.
We're supposed to say go Yankees. Are we say go Gio too?
Go Gio.
That is super cool.
Robbie, he's so special.
You know, Ray, he is a great baseball player, but he is a you're right. He is a real special human being. He's got a humongous heart.
People have no clue what they do. The Yankees don't have a clue what they have. Okay, because listen, 48 years I've been doing this stuff. Okay, I've been with all the great guys. I've been to the hospitals with Thurman Munson. I've been to the hospital with Reggie, with all these guys, and this guy Gio's just, he hits me right here. I get emotional when I think about him, and what he has been these last 3 years, and what the Bronx would have been without him with these last 3 years.
Oh, ain't that the truth? Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? And with me being Robbie, would it be okay? I'd love to bring on Brian Hoke right now in the middle of all of this.
Yes, I'd love to hear.
Can we get Brian on?
Hey, Brian.
How are you?
Good.
Brian,
what's your batting second behind Gio Urshela? That's pretty good.
What's your feeling about him, Brian, after seeing all of these things?
I mean, as good of a ball player as he is, he's even better in the community. I'm just really blown away because you can tell it's genuine. This is not a guy who's just showing up because he's told he has to do it or because somebody told him it'd be a good idea. You can tell that this is authentic. This is who he is. And what you just revealed about the fact that he didn't tell anyone he was going to get married that weekend and still honored those commitments, amazing. I think it speaks volumes about the quality of person that he is, and the Yankees should be very proud to have him.
Yeah, and you're the first one. You're actually the first media guy, and you just found out right here that he got married. Well,
I saw he posted that on Instagram, but he kept that very quiet. It was very to come up to New York. And look, I remember my wedding week. I was running around doing this and that to have the time to fly up from Florida and take care of that and take care of those kids up there. Like I said, it just speaks volumes about who Gio is.
Unreal. Now, Brian, a lot of stuff's been going on in baseball. I mean, a lot of things that haven't materialized yet, but it looks like everybody is really working hard in the aspect of trying to make something happen. Well, I mean, what are you getting out of this?
Yeah, deals are happening here, and it seems like people are kind of on the clock because, as you know, the CBA expires on December 1st. And so there's a lot of uncertainty there. And I think that some of these free agents want to get a deal done. They want to get their money. They want to be paid. They want to know what's happening, where they're going to be playing next year before this lockout possibly happens. And so you're seeing that across the board. Guys are moving around here. The Yankees have not really made a huge move yet. They were in on Justin Verlander. They made an offer to him, did not get him. But, you know, Brian Cashman, I was on a rooftop in Manhattan with Cash about 4 days ago, and we talked for about an hour, and he said shortstop is still the main priority above everything else. And so this team needs a shortstop. You got to be strong up the middle, and clearly that is an area they're trying to
this guy here, right?
Big and exactly. I mean, whether it's going to be Corey Seager or Carlos Correa, Trevor Story, Javier Baez, Marcus Semien, we could throw all these names out there, but I have to think the Yankees come away with one of those guys by the time they're back on the field in February.
It's amazing that there are so many great shortstops on the market at the same time, though. That's very rare, isn't it, Brian?
No, this is the year of the shortstop, absolutely. And so that's why I say, if you come into this offseason, you're the New York Yankees, you play in this city, that you've got the financial resources, you got 5 great shortstops out there. Look, who would I take top? I think they're going to get Seager. Correa is probably the best all-around player available, but you got to come away with one of those guys because their shopping list, shortstop at the very top, and they're out there to get.
Now, I don't think that the Seager wants to leave the Dodgers. That's what I'm reading. That's the read I'm getting.
I'm hearing that in the grapevine as well, but you know.
What I heard is that he really wants to be around Robbie, and he wants to have Robbie continue caring for him, and that is going to play a big part in where Corey Seager plays next season.
Unbelievable. Now, is Hal going to spend money, in your opinion, Brian?
I mean, they are spending money, and then, Brian Cashman told me that payroll will go up next year. Now, is he going to spend $300 million on one of these shortstops? Because it is. We're talking about a 9-figure deal here for these guys. It's going to be a big one, and he has given those out before. Look, Garrett Cole got $324 just a couple years ago. They're going to have to give Aaron Judge a big extension if they want to keep Judge too. So there are some big ticket things happening in the Yankee universe here. But whenever the Yankees try and act like a middle of the road team, it doesn't really work for them. It's not part of their DNA. They are supposed to be the George Steinbrenner Yankees who go out and spend big. And I know the game has changed since George was there in the 70s and 80s, but George always believed in having stars in New York City. I mean, they thought it was a Broadway team. And, that's one thing the Yankees do in their history. Go back to Reggie and to all these guys. They're a team of stars. And so you've got some really big shortstop out there. Let's not talk about an Andrelton Simmons and a fill-in for 1 year until you get some kids coming. Go spend the money.
Hey, Brian, by the way, so you mentioned about the CBA. Can you explain that a little bit more in layman's terms so all of the audience can understand exactly how important that's going to be?
Yeah, this always gets kind of messy here when you've got the players and the teams trying to haggle over, everything in their basic agreement that's going to constitute the next few years here. And so you're coming up on the expiration that expires on December 1. So it's probably going to get ugly for a little while. We got a little taste of it during the COVID lockdown last year where the teams were kind of going back and forth with the players over money. I think that you're going to see some nasty headlines here the next couple of weeks, but I do believe that the season is going to start on time. I think we're going to have a full season next year, and I'm expecting that, in February I'll be with the Yankees in Tampa, and when on March 31st the Yankees open up in Texas, and I'm planning on being there too.
How about planning on October, in the end of October, Dodgers and Yankees in the World Series together?
I'm done making predictions because 2 years going I have said Dodgers and Yankees, and I've been wrong both times, and so. Maybe this year I won't pick it, and then it'll just happen.
And listen, Brian, in the 30 years I've known Robbie Robinson, he hasn't gotten it right once. So I'm done.
That's
done
not
listening.
right. It's not true. 2020, I got it right. As far as
that one right?
Yeah, one way, Robbie. Life isn't one way, big fella.
And 1981, I got it right. That was a very good year.
Yeah. That's what Frank Sinatra once said.
Yes.
Brian. I mean, from the standpoint of the Dodgers, I mean, will they have to make a lot of changes with the fact that they didn't go that far in the playoffs?
I don't know. I think that team is pretty well built. I mean, they've proven it the last couple of years. And yeah, once you're in the playoffs, that can be a crapshoot. That's what Derek Jeter always used to say, is that the best teams get in, and then it's the hottest team who wins. And the Dodgers weren't that hottest team. And so, I think that you come into 2021 and you see if they bring back Seager or what they do at shortstop, and they have a couple other moves that they're going to have to make there. But I think – by and large, who's better than them in the National League? It's a pretty short list. And
here's
so,
the thing, Brian. Let me interrupt you just a second.
Yeah.
The Dodgers have 5 superstars that they need to re-sign that are all in the free agent, and you start with Clayton Kershaw. Can you imagine Clayton Kershaw in another uniform? But right now he's a free agent. So is Chris Taylor. And then you mentioned Corey Seager, and then we're also talking about pitchers. Who's our big pitcher that we got last year from the Nationals? Help me.
Well, I'll tell you what, the faces always change, but I think that the Dodgers have the financial might. And look at the Yankees. They're in the same boat there. Those two teams, just based on their wallets, the resources that they have there, I think that they'll have the might to go forward. And you're thinking of Max Scherzer there. So, Max with the 2 different color eyeballs. So, I still pick the Dodgers in the National League. Obviously they got work to do, but it's November. It's not opening day yet.
So, Brian, Clayton Kershaw or Max could go to the Yankees?
I don't think so.
The Yankees be happy to take either one of them, but I don't know if that's in the cards there. But I did think it was interesting they made that offer to Verlander not having pitched for an entire year, him having been out. He went back to Houston for a 2-year deal. But that I thought would have been a good fit. That's the kind of guy that I think the Yankees go after. That it's kind of like Corey Kluber. You got a former Cy Young Award winner who can kind of pick it back up. And I think there's an allure for a lot of guys to finishing a career in pinstripes. It didn't work out that way for Verlander, but maybe there's some other surprise there coming.
Now, getting back to the Bronx, Brian, for me, I mean, they're making all this noise about shortstop. I think they got to worry more about the catching situation more than anything else. I mean, you're talking about trading the guy, but who's going to catch?
Well, that's the thing. Gary Sanchez is your starting catcher, and, I think that is probably one of the most polarizing topics among the Yankee fan base, and I hear it every day. I see it in my messages, and I see it, they got to get somebody else who's not Gary, and it's like, okay, who would you rather have? And it's a very thin catching market out there in terms of free agency, and so I don't think necessarily any of the free agents out there are an upgrade. We saw Kyle Higashioka, who appears to be a backup. Honestly, let's call it what it is. He's a very good backup catcher, but if you're going to catch him 110 games out of the year, you're not going to get the production you're looking for from a starting catcher. So I think that they're probably going to go forward with Gary unless they're able to pull off some kind of crazy trade here in the near future. But I think that they go one more year with Gary Sanchez and try to develop one of these catchers they got down in the minors.
Now, I like to think that the Yankees trading the back Wade, in essence, they stay in a situation where they're going to have to keep Gio Urshela whether they get one of those shortstops or not.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that you got to have a starting third baseman, and that's Gio in my estimation. I know that Gio has talked about that he enjoyed playing shortstop, but I think they're going to probably keep him at third base. He's so good there. I mean, he is one of the best defensive third basemen I've ever seen. And he makes some plays, 1 or 2 a week that you're just like, wow, how does he pull that off? So, and the bat is there too. So I think that he's a piece you build around. You continue to keep him at third base. You plug in a shortstop because the Gleyber Torres experiment didn't work. And, these puzzle pieces are going to fit somehow, as these pieces start coming off the board here. But right now, I still think the Yankees are going to wind up with Corey Seager somehow, some way. But as we talked about, I've been wrong with predictions before, so who knows?
I hope you're right this time.
It's going to be a fun hot stove season here this off season, and this is always one of the fun things for all the baseball fans is to figure out who's going to go where, or whose baseball cards are they going to trade away, you know?
Absolutely. No, this is the best. I enjoy the regular season, but this is a fun time of year. And people ask me about the off season. I'm like, there really isn't an off season because it's just different. It's different. It's a different phase of baseball. It's the business side of it. But in a lot of ways, this can be more fun than even the regular season, especially if your team's not very good.
Well, Brian, thank you so much for coming on. You're one of the great guys in baseball with one of the best families, great wife and beautiful daughters, man. You're the best, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ray and Robbie. Hey, enjoy Nashville. Get out there. It's one on my list to do. Yeah.
Where I am right here on Broadway.
Yeah, honky tonk.
Yeah.
Thank you, my brother.
You got
Brian,
it, guys.
oh, boy, one of the best.
Yeah, he's great. He's great.
You know? And then I see our girl just got backstage, Robbie.
Okay, cool.
Tell us a little bit about what's going on with Robbie Records and everything.
Well, there's a lot of stuff. But before we go there, let's talk about a bit of sadness that happened a couple days ago. And then we lost one of the great gentlemen in our business. You know, you're talking about Gio, what a class act he is. Billy Hinchy was that same class act. Longtime member of the Beach Boys touring band, but even more famous. And by the way, Ray, do you remember Dino, Desi, and Billy?
I sure do remember Dino, Desi, and Billy. I was a fan, to be honest with you. I was probably the only fan in Brooklyn.
You know what? And Desi Arnaz was only 11 years old.
Right.
Dino Martin who was
Dean
Desi
Martin's
Arnaz's
son.
Of course. Dino Martin was Dean Martin's son. He was 13. And Billy Hinchy was only 14 years old. And these guys were on Ed Sullivan. They had hit records. I mean, it was just amazing. And they were really good, too. It wasn't that they were just the stars the kids of celebrities.
Was Billy Hinchy related to any star of that era?
No, not really. But he grew up in this Beverly Hills community. And all the musical young people kind of came together there at the local high school, and they put a band together. Of course, they had a little bit of connections, and they were signed to Frank Sinatra's label. Roulette.
Oh, okay. Reprise?
Yes, Reprise. Yes, exactly.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. And they were pretty good.
They were really good.
Yeah.
And he went on, though. He wrote songs with Mike Love, with the Beach Boys. He did a bunch of touring with the Beach Boys through the years. He's played with a lot of people, and he had a podcast. Actually, interestingly enough, I was his guest 1 year ago on Thanksgiving, his guest on his internet show that he had, and it was a good show, but he is sadly missed, and our hearts and our prayers go out to his family and all of his friends.
What a difference a day makes, brother. 24 little hours.
No doubt about it. Billy Hinchy, 70 years old.
Too young.
Yep.
Too young. And let me say 70 years old. I want to say a happy birthday to former Yankee great shortstop, Bucky Dent.
Oh,
Bucky is
wow.
70. He's 70 years old today. And one of the great guys in the 70s. I'm going to tell you a quickie story. In the 70s, he was my roommate. Okay, 1978, he hits the big home run. He was the cover boy wearing the shorts. He had the great poster. Every woman in the world wanted him. If Sarah was old enough at that time, she would have wanted Bucky too. And so what happened was Steinbrenner knew that all the girls wanted Bucky. So in his mind, he had to be doing some crazy stuff. So he had me room with Bucky Dent, okay? And so one night he calls me up, Mr. Steinbrenner, and he says, Ray, how's everything with Bucky Dent? I said, everything is fine, sir. And he says, has he been going out? I said, yes, sir, he has. Oh, I knew it. Who's he been going out with? I said, Mr. Steinbrenner, he's been going out with his priest. Oh, my God. I can't trust you either. I said, Mr. Steinbrenner, what do you want me to say? He said, next thing you know, I'll be telling you I'm going out with a nun. And
You're a troublemaker, Ray Negron.
I'm telling you. But anyway, you go ahead, Bobby. This is your segment.
Hey, man. Well, first of all, we got to say a quick prayer. We just hope and pray that our buddy Steve gets better quickly, because it's not the same without him here. Although we can, now that he's not here, we can really have a party.
Oh man, Steve, I know you're watching, and I didn't say that at all. He said it. He said it.
Hey, now you can see where I am here, right? We're talking about Broadway. This is actually Broadway in Nashville, Tennessee. So Nashville, Tennessee has a Broadway too, not just
that's
New York
unreal.
City.
That's
it's a little
unbelievable.
More honky-tonk, as Brian said.
Yeah, I love it. I got to get to Nashville. I've never been to Nashville. I said I've been there once for the baseball meetings, but I never went out.
You know, it's surprising. Nashville doesn't have a baseball team, obviously, but they've got a pretty good football team down here.
Oh, that's good for them, and that's awesome. But when are we getting? Getting our girl on here?
Well, let me ask you, is it too early for Christmas? I don't know, because, Thanksgiving is coming up.
Did you remember what Bing Crosby once said?
What did he say?
Why can't every day be Christmas? Why can't every day be gay? Anyway, that's what he said.
Well, he said that, and you sang it, and maybe speaking of that, we better get on a real singer here then.
Robbie, I'm trying to get signed by Robbie Records. Don't you get it?
Our people are going to be talking to you. Don't worry. We need a few more auditions for you.
I might have to get Sarah Nimitz to be my representative in this situation.
Yeah, she can negotiate that for you. She's got connections.
Okay, we'll see.
Well, should we bring her on?
Please.
Can I do an intro on her?
Please.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this young lady is a superstar. This lady has been touring the world. She is one of the most talented human beings I've ever met in my life on so many levels, and she is an absolute genius. So you are in for a special treat tonight for a special young lady, and her name is Sarah Nimitz. Let's hear it for Sarah Nimitz.
Yeah!
Hey!
Yeah! Yeah!
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
All right. Merry holidays, honey.
Hello, Ray. I refuse to have a party without Steve here. I'm just saying. Robbie said he might.
Get her off the show already.
We're partying here, Sarah.
We are. How's it going?
It's going really, really good. Congratulations on signing with Robbie Records.
Oh, man, Robbie's the best. Robbie's the best. We have been having so much fun.
Well,
Look at that.
I love the music. I love the music you guys are doing.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Well, the big question is Christmas. It's, Thanksgiving is just 3 days away, right?
That is very true. It's coming up.
And is it too early? I mean, I'm already hearing in the malls Christmas songs.
If you ask me, it's not too early. I think we're already kind of there. I don't think it's too early.
Well,
why do you ask, Robbie?
Sarah and I, last year, we wrote a Christmas song, but we didn't write it until a couple weeks before Christmas, did we?
Right, exactly. And most people write their Christmas songs while it's still summertime. But Robbie and I got inspired at the last minute, and when inspiration strikes, you got to just go for it.
That's it. That's it.
And so this year, now that we have a little bit of headway, we're going to give it all the push and all the promotion it needs, because this song, in my humble estimation, with the vocal genius of Sarah Nimitz, could be a classic for decades to come.
And it's got the musical genius of Robbie Robinson. He orchestrated this whole thing. It sounds as if, the finest symphony is playing on it. And it is.
Sounds like another White Christmas.
It's just a very joyful song about all of the great sounds of Christmas, The choir.
Are we going to hear it?
Are we?
Let's roll it. Who doesn't like the sound of Christmas? Roll it, Carmine.
I love the sound of Christmas on the radio. Alvin, the Chipmunks, and Nat King Cole, we're singing together the songs we know while we watch the snow. I love the sound of Christmas when sleigh bells start to ring, gathering together and caroling, joy and laughter for old and young. Christmas time has come. I love the sound of Christmas. Joy is in the air. The sound of Christmas. Music here, there, everywhere. I love the sound of Christmas. Hear those reindeer paw waiting by the fire for Santa Claus. Angel choirs dressed in white. Christmas time is here tonight. Here I love the sound of Christmas. Joy is in the air. The sound of Christmas. Music here, there, everywhere. I love the sound of Christmas. Those reindeer paws waiting by the fire for Santa Claus. Angel choirs dressed in white. Christmas time is here
Yeah! Yeah!
Thank you! Thank you!
Robbie Records, Sarah Nimitz, Robbie Robinson. Oh, I love it. Love it.
Thank you, Ray.
There.
Well, you know, the
You don't-
sound of Christmas, that's what, and that's always struck me. Just when you walk down the streets of Broadway, or you're walking down the streets of Los Angeles, California, or Nashville, Tennessee, the sound of Christmas that permeates the air. Doesn't it just change your whole frame of perspective?
This should be in every dental office, in every elevator, in every mall. You know what I'm saying? Hey, picture Jerry Lewis getting his teeth done.
That's an image that's gonna stay with me.
Okay, to the sound of Christmas. Come on.
That's right. There are so many songs, about the smells or the tastes, but there's not so much about the sound. So I'm so glad Robbie had that genius idea that we write a song about the sounds of Christmas.
No, but Sarah, you deliver it so beautifully. Seriously, it's just phenomenal. And I want to see Robbie Records. I want to see Sarah Nimitz at the American Music Awards getting all the silverware, man.
Ah, well, I love silverware. You know, I only have a 4 set. I've got 4 spoons, 4 forks, so I could use some more silverware.
You deserve the silverware, honey.
Sarah's been you've been so busy, Sarah.
Yeah, it's
Tell us
been
about
busy.
what's going on in your world, because you've got a lot of stuff on your plate.
I'm just trying to keep up with Robbie. I was in New York last week recording with a buddy, Osnoy, a guitar player, for a new album there, and I'm working on a new album that's going to come out next year. And I was just at East West Studios the other day for a session there, and it's just been it's been keeping busy. So I'm just working up until Thanksgiving. Then I'm gonna put on my stretchy pants and just eat to my heart's content.
Sarah, any film or Broadway scenarios in the horizon, or what's the story with that?
Not right now. Lately, my focus has just been on music, but you never know. If the right thing were to come along, maybe I can maybe Ray Negron could hire me for something.
We'll find out. We got some stuff is coming. So, believe me, Sarah Nimitz is right over here. And over here too. You are incredible. Seriously.
You are too. And I just have to say, my parents always watch your show, and anytime I'm on, they always say to me, "We just love Ray. He just seems like such a good guy." So you are well loved among the Nimitzes.
I love it too. Thank you. I appreciate it. And Robbie, what's next from the standpoint of your plans?
Well, we've got one thing that Sarah's going to be helping me with, or working with me on, I should say, is we're coming up with our annual Christmas concert called Jam for Jesus, and it's going to be in the second week of December, and we're putting all the pieces together for that. It's, again, still a little tricky because of COVID, but it's going to be an amazing show, and we're putting that together. As I said, this will be the 30th anniversary of that show.
Incredible.
Unbelievable.
We can't miss it.
Nobody describes the Jam for Jesus better than Sarah Nimitz. Can you tell the audience what that is?
Yes. Well, Jam for Jesus is just a musical celebration. You've got all of the top musicians in LA that turn up because they love to worship, they love Christmas music, and they love Robbie Robinson. And if you know musicians, they don't like to do things and not get paid most of the time, unless it's something they really believe in. So the fact that you've got the top musicians in LA all coming together and not getting paid, they must really, really
believe in it
this season and this Robbie gentleman up here.
That's right. No, I forget about it. I'm proud to hear that. I am proud to hear that when you guys can band together like that. I've been in a couple of projects like that where these guys came through, and nobody has bigger heart than the people in the music and entertainment industry. Nobody. Yeah, And with that being said, I want you to stay on, because there's a gentleman who back in the 70s, he was known as Disco Dom Scala, because during the disco era, I mean, he was a great coach for us. He was a great coach, baseball player turned coach. He worked for Billy Martin's Yankees. And when he wasn't practicing with the team, all the players wanted to see him dance. So when they would see him dance in the clubhouse to all of John Travolta's steps, all of a sudden they started calling him Disco Dom. Get Disco Dom on, Carmine. Disco
Dom.
Am I on right now?
You better believe you're on.
Hi, Robbie. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hey.
How are you?
I would just like to say one thing. The next person that puts that picture of me up, I'm not going on their show. That is my worst picture. That's the worst picture I've ever taken. And that was like 5 or 7 years ago. And my wife just said, tell Ray that the next time he puts that up, you're not going on the show.
Well, you know what? I'm going to blame your agent, Yolanda, for sending us bad pictures. You understand? I blame Yolanda for that. All right. Is Yolanda there?
She's not. She's upstairs. I'm in my in my war room here where all my memorabilia, which
give us a
Ray,
us a little tour. Give us a little tour, Dom.
I'll give you a little tour. Here we go. All right. So there's my Yankee uniforms. Can you see them?
Yes.
Yeah.
My uniforms when I was with the Yankees in Pittsburgh. This is a lot of my college stuff when I was coach of the year and a couple of championships. And then over here, I just put these up, Ray. You know what that is, right?
Oh, yeah. Dom was elected into the Baseball Hall of Fame last week, guys. So congratulations, Dom.
Congrats.
Thank you very much. It was a highlight of my career. Unbelievable. And I want to thank Ray for nominating me. He's the guy that nominated me. Wow. And they voted me in. They inducted me. Here's a great picture right here, Ray.
There, that's a picture, right?
That's with Joe DiMaggio, Phil Rizzuto, Mickey Mantle, and Robbie, if you could guess this guy on the right side of Joe DiMaggio, I will give you an autographed ball of Dom Scala, and I'll put this on Dom Scala.
It's too small, Dom. I can't see.
Can't see it? Well, that's the great Bill Dickey.
Oh, wow.
That's the great Bill Dickey. That was like around 1980 that picture was taken. And there's your man, Ray, Billy and Yogi with me.
Wow.
Look at that. Look, and Dom is acting so nonchalant in between Yogi Berra and the incredible Billy Martin. And Dom is there like, okay, guys. You know?
Right.
Another day.
And
just
here's
another day in the
somebody
neighborhood.
that was inducted with me last weekend. There's Bernie Williams. We were
The great Bernie Williams.
Number 51.
Wow.
Dominic, would you tell Disco, would you tell him what Bernie said about you when he was at the podium?
Yeah, he said, thanks for letting me wear your number, he said.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, Disco. Hey, when Disco left the Yankees, Bernie took his uniform. How about that?
Yep. I wore it for 9 years, and Bernie wore it for 15. And I actually thanked him in my speech, Ray, as you know, saying, thank you for retiring our number together.
Right. Right. It's beautiful.
51's a good number, too, brother.
Great number, right?
Yep. Great number.
Yes. And let me just say that Dom Scala is a gigantic Frankie Valli fan.
I'm waiting for my tickets, Ray. Listen, I'll pay for them. Just get me in the place. I can't get in.
There's the man with the tickets right there, Mr. Robbie Robinson.
Well, we'll have to watch the calendar when we're going to be around your area, Dom.
Robbie, I know what you go through because when I was back in the day, when I was with the Yankees, we used to get 6 tickets apiece for each game.
Right.
4 family tickets and 2 friends tickets.
Right.
I used to have to borrow so many people. Remember, Ray? Everybody borrowed tickets.
I hate it when Dom Scala came to the Yankees because he took the tickets that I would have had from my friends. He started taking from me because I would go to a player and I would say, Paul, are you using all your tickets? He said, I'm not using any of them. Disco got them all.
Hey, I heard a story about Disco Dom Scala. Now, Sarah is a Chicago Cubs fan.
I love it. I love Chicago.
Yeah.
My second favorite city in the world.
The best pizza.
Tell us that story about you in Chicago and the boss there wanting to see you dance or something like that.
Oh, well, that's Ray's favorite story at Faces when, we used to go to this club called Faces on Rush Street. Mm-hmm. And for some odd reason, George Steinbrenner was in town, and he decided to go there. And he told Ray, I want to see this guy Dom Scala dance. And you know what I did? I ran out the back door.
No.
It's a good thing we knew everybody. I said to this little guy that was a bouncer there, I said, you got to get me out of here. Is there a back door? And I ran out the back door.
He didn't get to see you dance.
No. He didn't get
I got into so much trouble that night because I was saying what a great dancer, what a great dancer. And Mr. Steinbrenner says, when is this discotheque guy going to start dancing already?
Hey, speaking of Dom, Dom, I got to ask you a question.
Yeah.
So I have a feeling you're of the Italian persuasion, if I may put it that way.
I'm only full. That's it.
And so, you being the dancer you are, there was an there was a dancing first baseman that was in the generation before you on the Yankees. His name was Joe Pepitone.
Oh, Joe Pepitone. Well, he was a coach with us for like a half a season, and then he bowed out.
And Joe was very good friends with a good friend of Sarah and mine, and his name was Joey D. And he used to go hear Joey D at the Peppermint Lounge and at Joey D's Peppermint Lounge.
Wow.
Back in the day, and used to go in there and dance up a storm to this song called the Peppermint Twist that Joey D wrote. Do you remember the song, the Peppermint Twist?
Pop you up, pop you up. Right?
Yeah. Well, and Sarah and I just came out. We just released it, and it's been going off the charts.
No shit, really? That's great. I love that song.
I think we ought to play that song and see, and then after it, we'll give you you can rate it for us.
Okay. Whoa.
Okay.
Like American Bandstand. What do you think, Sarah?
I love that.
Ooh, all right. We'll see if it lives up to disco standards.
I might have to twist over here down in the basement.
Oh, you
twist
have to twist.
Let's get it on.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, they got a new dance and it goes like this. The name of the dance is the Peppermint Twist. Well, they got a new dance and it goes like this. Yeah, the name of the dance is the Peppermint Twist. Wow! Well, you like it like this, Peppermint Twist. Round and round, up and down. Round and round, up and down. Round and round and up and down and a 1, 2, 3, kick. 1, 2, 3, jump. I see living down in 45th Street, where JD and the Twisters meet, and you learn to do this, the Peppermint Twist. Ooh, it's alright, alright, it's alright, 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 it's alright. It's okay all day, it's okay. Well, you learn to do this, the Peppermint Twist. Well, they got a new dance and it goes like this. Joey D call the dance the Peppermint Twist. Joey D taught the world how to Peppermint Twist.
Yeah!
Hey, Dom.
That's what I'm talking about.
Bravo,
What you think,
bravo.
Disco?
Thank you.
Bravo. Had me smiling the whole time.
I'm sad we
Yes.
didn't get to see your dance moves, though. That's what I
know,
wanted.
I don't have my iPad. I got my phone in my hand, but I'll tell you what, I was moving round. and round. Great stuff, Robbie. Great stuff, man. Right in between. That was great. Terrific. Right on. Right on.
You know, Sarah, she not only sings the songs, she writes the songs, not that one, because that was Joey D's, but she writes the songs, but she also is the person who puts together all those videos. She creates all those videos.
I loved it. I loved the whole thing. Sarah, you were terrific. I love the twist you put on it. Really good. Really great.
Thank you, Dom. I appreciate
I think that's going to be a hit, man. I think that's going to be a YouTube hit. I really do.
I think what you need to do, Dom, is go on TikTok and make a video with that.
I'd love to do that. Hey, you know what? Send it to me. I'll put it on my social. I got 1,000 followers, man.
We're going to send it to you tonight.
Hell yeah.
That would be fantastic.
Listen, all I know is your wife. Hey, Disco, your wife is putting up this message that she don't know anything about that picture and that she hates it.
Ooh.
I know. They put that on. You know, I'm getting an award next week, Italian American Foundation, Italian American Baseball Federation. And that's what they put on the promo. My wife was saying, but there's a whole 100 more pictures that are better than that. They couldn't put something better than that.
Robbie, I tried to send them your picture and say it was Dom, but they didn't put it in.
No, that
I'd
ain't gonna
rather you
work.
put Robbie's up there than that one.
Hey, Dom, do you miss the game? Do you miss baseball?
Well, you know, I'm still involved, as you know. I'm not with Adelphi any longer, but, you know, I'm still teaching kids, Robbie. I did my summer camps. They were really great. I had over 300 kids in my summer camps. And now I do a fall clinic, and I have about 50 kids in that, which is the max for indoors.
Wow.
So I'm still doing things. And you know what? It's time for me to do more and more things. You know, I don't know if I told you, I may have told Ray, but it's going to be announced probably this week, but I'll tell you guys, I'm going to be doing a consulting gig for a financial wealth company in which I did business with while I was at Adelphi. They liked the way they liked me. They liked what I did. And they know that I'm personable. They know that I have a lot of college connections. So they want me to help them with recruiting and maybe doing some fundraising with them and stuff like that, which was my forte besides, of course, baseball coaching.
Dom,
I'm going to be starting with them soon.
I'm going to put you on the spot. We got like a minute left. I'm going to put you on the spot.
Yeah.
I understand you give out a scholarship or two at your camp.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I want to get. I want to get an African American kids because they said African Americans are not playing baseball. So I want to find an African American kid to give him a scholarship to go to your camp. Would you be willing to do that?
Absolutely, Ray. I told you that the last couple of years. Remember?
Okay, then we're gonna do that. That's it. I put him on the spot in front of Sarah and Robbie Robinson, and that's it. How much time we got left? We're done. Well, guys, we're closing the show, especially while I got Disco Dom on the run. I got a free scholarship here.
All right, good.
Yes.
Sarah, you're wonderful, Sarah.
Thank you.
Robbie, guys, what a team. You know, we're like the Three Stooges -1.
Oh, what a team.
Oh, what a team.
Oh,
great
what a night.
Great December back in 2021. See you guys later. I love you guys.